Good morning and welcome to our devotion for Sunday, February 9th, 2020. And today's devotion is titled The Power and Victory of the Lamb. And today we're going to step outside of Zechariah for a brief moment and read out of the book of Revelation. Revelation 17, verse 14. And it reads, "These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords, the King of kings, and they that are with him are called, and chosen, and faithful." There have been victories in history that, by human standards, could never have happened. But with God's intervention, great battles were won. God even summoned bees and flies to help his people be victorious. The Bible teaches that the Mount of Olives will be split by an earthquake, creating a very large valley, so the armies of all the enemies of Jerusalem will be able to come and surround Jerusalem. Then, when Jesus will appear on a war horse from heaven, and with the word of his mouth destroy all the enemies that have gathered to destroy Jerusalem. Then he will establish his earthly kingdom from Jerusalem and rule and reign with a rod of iron. Some battles in life seem unavoidable. In the 4th grade in Texas, I had an arch enemy, the school bully. He let me know that he would catch me after school and destroy my feeble little body. I figured if I got mad enough, I might win. I psyched myself out really well. Then, halfway home, he and 3 of his cronies stepped out onto the sidewalk. I tried desperately using David's speech before he killed Goliath. The enemy just laughed, and by the time he finished pounding my favorite homemade feed sack shirt with blue chips on it, I was glad to let him know that he would still rule the territory. I promised not to make any waves. And our final thought is, be sure you are on the winning side with Jesus, and you will have victory over all the enemies of the cross. You know, as silly as this devotion may have been, in a realistic sense, we can look at our own history of our country and see a nation that was just getting started. And when President George Washington, at that time the commanding general of the armies, was overly oversized by the British Army. They just kept bringing in more and more troops, and the British soldiers were innumerable. And our little colonial army didn't stand a chance. In fact, if you read the history books, our armies lost a lot of battles. We lost more battles than we won. But in the end, who was victorious? The righteous side. The side that knew right from wrong. Through God's grace and his blessing, we were victorious. Even though we were outnumbered and outsized, we were victorious. So here, the devotion being titled The Power and Victory of the Lamb. Typically we think of lambs as just mild little animals that aren't very smart, aren't very strong, yet victorious. That's awesome. So I hope that's been encouraging to you. Hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you all tomorrow in tomorrow's devotion. Take care. Bye-bye.